Hi friends, welcome back. Today just wanted to do like a really chill, casual, semi-tutorial on how to play Steam games, specifically Fall Guys on a MacBook. Fall Guys, it's the hottest game in the streets right now. They've only made it for PC and PS4 currently. So if you don't have either of those things, this is a little guide, a little workaround for you if you're so inclined and you want to play Fall Guys. It's really fun. It's a lot of fun, especially if you've had a stressful week or year or decade. It's a good time. So get a little beverage. I have some iced tea here. And, follow along or, just watch me and hang out with me. So let's share screens. And we are going to jump into the AWS console. If you don't have an account set up, it's definitely worth it, especially if you're trying to learn cloud. It's always worth it to get in here and play around. You're not going to break anything. It's the best way to learn, especially if you're studying for an exam. If you're interested in the cloud practitioner exam, it's really, really worth it to set up an account and come in here and just try some things. So because Steam, the gaming platform, is a PC-based software community or whatever, you have to run it on a PC. That's what we're trying to do here. So I am going to pick the AMI that's Windows-based. And in my last video, I tried to explain that these AMIs, these machine images, are the operating system of the virtual machine that you're going to build. So this is going to be a Windows-based virtual machine. So come down here to Microsoft Windows Server 2019 and select that, and it's free tier eligible. I just set up this account this week just to kind of take advantage of the free tier again, because why not? So I'm free tier eligible again, and so will you if you sign up right now. So come down here and we're going to take a look at all the different families of EC2s. If you are like an extreme gamer, you're probably not watching this video because you have a dedicated gaming PC. But if you're just a casual gamer and you want to check out what Fall Guys is about, then this is for you. So the recommended instance type to kind of run games on, to for the graphics and to avoid latency, is all the way down here in the G family. So these are your GPU optimized instances. They have graphics cards already installed on them. You can see a little breakdown here of the description. So if you want to play like a Call of Duty type game where it's like team-based and it's intense graphics, then go with this one. These are really expensive. So if it's in your budget, go ahead and pick those. Like the recommended one is this G2 2X large, but we're not really gonna do that. I've had pretty good luck with the T family, and it's also in my budget, so that's the one I'm gonna stick with. So I'm actually gonna try a bigger one this time, the T2 2X large. And then we're gonna hit configure instance details. Again, if you're concerned about like latency and speed, then you really want to come in here and configure where you want your EC2 to be in terms of region. It doesn't really matter for me, so I'm just going to leave all of the default settings here and hit next, not adding any additional storage. And we can give this a tag. So this will be name. And we'll name this one test VM. So for your security group, I already have one set up. I'll just click existing security group. And I'm pretty sure the one I picked was Fall SG. Now, for these, you really want to make sure, actually, let me do one. So you need an RDP rule because it's a Windows-based server, so you're going to have to remote desktop into it. You can't SSH into it because it's not a Linux machine. So you need this rule here. I like to add a HTTP rule and an HTTPS rule, just, you know, for internet things. You should lock down your source where this traffic is coming from to your IP. And I don't want to share what my IP is, so I'm just going to click anywhere for now, but definitely don't do this because it's a huge security risk. People could hack into your stuff and start mining Bitcoins on your EC2s, and nobody wants that. So we'll hit review and launch, and, you know, double check, make sure everything is all good. Configure your security groups properly. Please don't be reckless like this. And we're actually going to create a new key pair because for the Windows-based virtual machines, because we're RDPing into it, we still need a key because we won't be able to generate a password unless the key is on our system. So we're going to create a new key pair, and we'll call this test, and then we download the key pair. And then I just like to drag it onto my desktop just because I can easily find it there. And then we go ahead and launch these instances. So that is cooking up. We'll go and view it. I had a few in here already. So the one that I use regularly to play, I have it stopped just so I'm not spending money when I'm not using it. So when I'm ready to play again, start it, RDP, boot up my Fall Guys, and I'm all set to go. So this one's up and running. So basically you're going to select it, and we're going to come up here to actions and do get Windows password. Okay, it should be associated with the key pair. So let's do connect and see what this issue is. Okay. All right, so let's set this up in the remote desktop. My remote desktop of choice or RDP client is Microsoft Remote Desktop. It's easy to use, it's free, it's easy to use. So you can come up here and click the plus sign, add your PC, and you're gonna wanna put your host name in here, the IP address of this instance. And we're gonna need the public IP. So when your instance launches, it's gonna have two IP addresses, a public and a private one. And so you're gonna need the public one because that's the one that's gonna allow you to access the internet, and other people are gonna be able to access the virtual machine as well, because we're playing a multiplayer online game, so it needs, you know, access to the internet that way. So we're gonna copy this, put this in the IP name. We don't have to configure anything else yet because we're gonna just keep this as ask when required. It's gonna ask for the username and password when we're ready to log on. So we're gonna come back up here and try this again. So actions, and let's see if we can get the Windows password now. Yep. So let's click into this. And our username is always gonna be administrator for this. Well, let's get the key first. So the one I just downloaded, that test, open that up, decrypt the password, and then it's here. And then it spits out all the information for you. So now we're gonna take the username and paste it in here. And then we're also going to take the password. I'll be deleting this server soon, so it doesn't matter if you see the password or not. And then we're going to let this boot up. Okay, I don't know why this isn't working. Okay, so we've got our server up and running. There was an issue with the password, but I got it sorted in my RDP. So basically, double click into the window here. Double click into the window. It'll ask you for your username and password. And so you'll input the information you got from AWS in there. And so when you open it up, it looks like this. It looks like there's a Windows machine running on your MacBook. Yeah. So you're going to want to configure a few things. The first thing you want to do is turn off the Internet Explorer options because it is really ridiculous. So you're going to click into the server manager that I just did. So you're going to go to server manager, local server, and then where it says IE enhanced security configurations, let's click into that and turn this nonsense off. So you can click OK. And then the second thing we need to do is use Internet Explorer because that's all we have. And don't use the recommended setting. And then we're going to go in here and try and download Chrome. So once we have that, we're going to download that, save it, view the downloads, and run it. Okay, so now we have Chrome set up on our desktop, and you can set it as default if you want to, but the next thing we need to configure is the sound because, Fall Guys has a really fun soundtrack, so you're going to want to hear that. So come down here to the bottom and just right-click that. Click Sounds. Do you want to enable this? Yes. And all that stuff can stay default. Click OK. And now we can head over to Steam. And if you already have a Steam account, then use that to log in. Okay, so if you already have a Steam account, you can use that to log in. I'm trying to think here. My login stuff. I think it's... that worked. Okay, so I guess it's trying to verify because I'm logging in on a new machine. But once you get in here, you can download Steam onto the VM and buy Fall Guys. You do have to buy it, unfortunately, but it's worth it. But I already have my my other VM up and running here with Fall Guys already installed on here. Let me see if I can boot it up without logging in. No, so let's do log in here. Okay, so that I believe is working. It's booting up now. So I'd already downloaded Steam. I downloaded Fall Guys, so you can click into that and let it kind of boot up. And depending on how many people are playing all at once, it's going to determine how long this takes to load. And again, like for optimal like player experience or whatever, you want to stick with the instances in the G family, those GPU instances I was telling you about. It's kind of afternoonish now, so more people are logging on and it's pretty slow. I've logged on and played in the morning, and this has worked perfectly fine for me. But again, if you want the optimal game experience and you have a few dollars, then definitely opt for the GPU instances. Although I do think you have to submit a request to AWS to get an increase in your instances, because I think you're only allowed like one per account. So you have to submit an additional request. But this works fine for me. Still booting up. But yeah, once it gets going, you dress up your little character, your little fall guy, and you can play. And it's a good time. So I don't know, is this going to boot up? But yeah, not gonna stay and wait for this to boot up, but you get the gist. So, if you guys are interested in Fall Guys and having a good time, or just figuring your way out around AWS, you could probably do this in one of the other cloud services too, GCP. They're even cheaper, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'll try and do a tutorial on how to do this in GCP next time. Azure, Oracle Cloud, whatever cloud, is your flavor. Test this out and play some Fall Guys, and leave me a comment if you tried it and it worked, or if you didn't. Give me gently tap the like button for me, because it helps the algorithm. And brush your teeth, floss, register to vote, and wear your seatbelt. Bye.